students' attention.
If you see me, you trying to see what's up? If your pencil sharpened, if you're ready to go to science.
Oh, so fabulous.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again. It's your girl Dumebi. If this is your first time coming across my channel, you're welcome. Please subscribe, and if you are a returning subscriber, it's so good to have you here. Thank you for stopping by once again. Welcome back. So before we get into today's video, first of all, my usual disclaimer: this video is strictly for educational purposes. Please do not go searching out for anybody that I talk about in this video. Don't send them any form of hate comment, threats, or violence. This channel does not support any of that. So today's video is something that I just had to talk about. You guys have probably seen this video that was circulating. I think it's about a week old now. Everybody posted it. It went viral on TikTok, and from TikTok it made it to Instagram. All the blogs were carrying it and all of that. And this video was made by a ballet teacher who also happens to be a black woman, who was complaining about basically the behavior of her kids and children of nowadays. Let me just go right ahead and play her video.
I'm calling out all the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. I teach 5-year-olds ballet, 5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid. I told a young little girl, please sit in your spot. You're not my mom. You don't tell me what to do. Okay. When her mom came to pick her up, I said, hey, your daughter's having a hard time following instructions, and 7 times today I've had to redirect her to just sit in her spot. Well, clearly she didn't want to sit, and mind you, this is a mom. Clearly she didn't want to fucking sit right there. So, I mean, if she's telling you she don't want to do something, why keep asking her to do it? You know she's not going to do it. What world do we live in? Like, what in you guys' brain as a parent says, my kid not
If the parent could be like that, that explains why the child is that way. Let's continue.
following any direction is a great thing. It's not that serious, and y'all don't have a right to tell her what to do. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And another thing that's heart-wrenching is horrifying. It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Ski Yee. Your daughters, your 5-year-old daughters are asking, can we hear Pound Town? I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music. And they are asking me, can we hear Pound? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm so scared for these little girls today because this is the most insane agenda push I have ever seen in my life. We do freeze dance. You guys' daughters are twerking at 5. Where's the parenting? Where's the boundaries? Where's the help? Y'all are not helping your kids. You're hurting them. You guys are hurting them. I come every day dressed, ready to go, and I'm in school too. I'm in college. I mean, I put bows in my hair. I'm wearing leotards. I'm trying to get them interested in like proper things for their age, and you guys are exposing your kids to this raunchy secular music. Why is you guys' 5-year-old's daughter singing Pound Town? And it's just really, it's upsetting. And I feel so bad. And I've watched different techniques, soft skills, soft parenting, gentle parenting. I'm patient. I don't yell. I'll say, hey, let's regroup. If you guys need 5 minutes, let's do some breathing. Your kids are telling me to shut up. You guys' kids are saying, I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. You're not my mom. they're putting they're hitting each other and hitting other kids. You address the parent. The parents are telling you, you don't tell my daughter what to do. It's not that bad.
As a typical African woman, I don't even want to imagine how that's going to play out. Like a 5-year-old telling me to shut up.
You don't tell my daughter what to do. It's not that bad. Well, at least she was in the class. At least. It's all these excuses. Y'all come in and you're more worried about what's going on your Instagram and TikTok feed versus being a parent. Be a fucking parent. You guys are horrible fucking parents. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but this generation of some of the mom, not all, but majority that I've dealt with kids that are between the ages of 5 and 4 and 3, you guys don't parent your children at all. They have no basic comprehension skills. They can't sit still. No attention span. They're hitting people. They can't talk. They can't communicate. They don't even know how to say, like, I want to go to the bathroom. If you ask them a question, they're rude, nasty, horrible attitudes at 5, and they want to hear Pound Town. What are you guys doing with your kids? What are you guys literally doing with your kids? Because I have never in my life experienced something so horrible. I literally don't even want to teach ballet to you guys' kids anymore because they are so hard to work and deal with. And I literally see why the teachers are quitting and your kids are getting expelled and kicked out, because it's no way, it is literally no way that this is happening. And you guys don't see any issue with it. I tell you, your kid hit someone, and you're saying, well, what the fuck did the little bitch do to my daughter to make her want to hit? Nothing. Literally nothing. Your daughter just decides she wants to put her hands on people, and you don't correct her. You're yelling at me, asking me, why does she feel like she wants to hit? What parenting is happening? You guys are worried about seafood boils and dates and fucking, like, partying and being a hot mom. You guys are shitty moms, and it needs a change. Stop listening to Sexy Red around your children. Talk to your kid, interact with them, teach them, listen to them, teach them to respect authority. Don't say you don't have to listen to anyone unless they're me. Your kids are so horrible and hard to deal with, and I'm blaming the parents because they have horrible guidance, and it needs to be a change.
So that video was really long, and a lot of people had a lot to say. The comment section was filled with comments. But before I just go ahead and talk more, let's listen to what people had to say in response, because of course you guys know there were so many stitches to that video.
Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town.
Bro, it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy. It makes no sense that these kids are going to school, disrespecting teachers, being grown, and then the teachers contact the parents, and the parents just going along with it, bro. And this is my generation. I'm the part of the beginning of the millennials, bro. We are horrible parents, man. In total, some of us are good, but the majority of us, we are horrible parents, man. We are horrible, man. Man, you look at how some of these kids act, it's crazy. The only thing we care about is how our kids look, how they dress, so we can post them on the internet and Facebook and all that bullshit. But when it comes to their schoolwork and all that, we neglectful. We don't really care that much. You know what I'm saying? We get out our face. We gonna try to teach you this one time. You struggling? Oh well, it's the teacher's job. When we've been told this since we was in school. Education don't stop at the school. You supposed to bring education to the house. You supposed to tutor your kids. Your kids will be more susceptible to learn from a loved one, because you know your child, and they speed of thought and how they process things. It's your kid. The teaching them don't have all that time to try to adjust to every kid. They got one curriculum, and hopefully the kids can get it. And then if the kid not getting it, they relay it to the parents, and then the parents supposed to help the kid. They ain't doing that. They just giving these kids tablets and all type of gaming and all that bullshit, man. Y'all ruining these kids, man. So, man, it makes no sense that this girl said, this young lady, said that these young girls at 5 years old are coming to ballet class. Coming to ballet. Talking about listening to Pound Town. Why these little girls are listening to songs like Pound Town and all that, Ski and all that? That ain't for their little ears. But these parents don't care. They playing all this bullshit around these kids, and these kids are soaking this in. And now these little girls out here twerking. Listen, we already saw what gangster music did to young boys from the 80s to now. It damn near wiped us off the face of this planet. It filled up the prison systems, and now look where we at now. All right, we practically damn near the dumbest in this country. We most likely not to graduate. We more likely to be incarcerated with a crime or a felony. So look, gangster music practically destroyed us. And now this ratchet whole culture music is gonna be the detriment. It's becoming a detriment of black women. Black women first and foremost, and not everybody else is gonna be a domino effect with other ethnicities. But first,
Now that's really sad. Like, see what he's saying, talking about the effect of gangster music. And how many years down the line, like, look at the black community, look at the statistics, look at the level of incarceration, look at people, the amount of people that actually make it to graduate from school. You know, black people, black men. I think he's talking especially about black men, because I know black women, it's a little bit different when it comes to education. And it's sad. Like, so now we're breeding another generation of children that are going to fail one way or the other. They're not going to know how to obey the law, because it starts from when they are young, doesn't it?
us, and now this ratchet whole culture music is gonna be the detriment. It's becoming a detriment of black women. Black women first and foremost, and not everybody else is gonna be a domino effect with other ethnicities. But first and foremost, since it's black women singing these songs, rapping these songs, it's gonna affect black women the most, because they're seeing themselves, telling themselves this bullshit, selling them dreams, man. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Like, y'all, man, look, man, y'all need to step up. We as adults need to step up and be as strict as the Gen X and the baby boomers, man. Because if you go back and look how with their structure and their restriction, a lot of us came out okay, and a lot of us appreciate that once we became grown, because we had a foundation and a structure and an infrastructure to fall back on. These kids ain't got no structure. They come home and that's it. They get their tablet. Mama and them ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. Ain't no stability, no nothing. And now these teachers getting the ass in of the neglect at home. Man, that's why I do not partake in that black culture shit. Black culture, this black culture is dead. That shit is dead. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy, dog. When I have my kids, man, if they get looked at as Oreos, so be it. I'd rather them be void of all that gangster horse shit and be something and have that structure and that restriction that I gave them, than to be out here living like a lot of these. I'm literally looking at my generation kids like, man, I know where this is about to end up. I know where this shit is going. I'm seeing it with my own eye, where this shit going. Why? Because back then we just had TV and a radio, but it's different when you got the visual mixed with the audio. Back then we just really just had the visual. We just had the audio, and when we did have the visual, it was censored. It was songs back then that was so flooded with perversion, but we didn't find out till later on in our years. These kids are getting raw versions at a young age because there's no censorship on a lot of this shit. Yeah, man, hey, y'all better make a change, because these kids, this next generation, Gen Alpha, whatever they call it, this shit going down the drain, man. This shit is going down the drain and fast. Our shit was fucked up. This shit gonna be 10 times worse than that. So, hey, man, y'all better cut that shit out, man. Stop this. Let's hit the restart button on this black culture shit and start over, because this shit is dead.
Whew.
He is trying to see me, and trying to see me, and trying to say what's up. Go. Downtown, going downtown. Ooh, all right.
This woman, the teacher that posted this video, said that she got permission from the parents to post these kids on, her video or whatever. But I don't have their permission, so I didn't feel comfortable posting their faces, so I went ahead and blurred them out. But I want to talk about music for a second, right? Obviously, music is special for everybody. Everybody has their own flavor. When I was young, one of the things I started to notice from hip hop culture was that it was starting to influence the people around me. When I went to school as a little kid, as an elementary school kid, one year, we playing with G.I. Joes and stuff. The next year, a lot of the kids I went to school with were like all of a sudden thugged out, sagging their pants and doing just the most crazy shit that had nothing to do with what we were doing there at the time. But the reason they were doing it was because what they were doing was they were mimicking what they were seeing on TV. Criss Cross had came out shortly after that, so you had a lot of kids turning their pants backwards and stuff. That's how much music has an influence on people. Young men identify with the rappers that they saw on TV, right? Because those rappers and those hip hop artists were a reflection of what masculinity is supposed to be. They're rich, they're successful, you know what I'm saying? They have style, they have women around them, right? Everybody wanted that. Everybody wanted to obtain that. But what did the lyrics say in a lot of those songs? Kill your fellow brother, right? Kill another black man to obtain certain things. Even though some of these people wasn't even living these lifestyles. Sell drugs. You out here selling drugs, you might end up in jail or dead, right? That part, is glorified. All that has an influence on the mind. So when people criticize the young ladies that are making music right now, who are being glorified and pushed, you see when you watch this video, these young, these kindergartners, first graders, right? Regurgitating their lyrics. So if these kids are regurgitating this shit in their head, and yeah, they're using the tame lyrics right there, but you don't think they're not hearing the raunchier lyrics too? Booty holes being brown and coochies being pink.
My coochie pink, my booty hole brown.
You don't think they don't hear that shit and internalize that shit into a certain way? They do. They do. They do. And why do you think that it's our youth that is targeted in that way? Think about it. Think about it. It's demonic shit, bro. It's demonic shit. People are saying hip hop, if the sales are in the tank, hip hop is dying. Good, I say. If it's going to be this demonic, right? If you watch that, to me, that shit is demonic. Y'all can think that it's cute all y'all want, but if you have a classroom full of young black kids singing that bullshit, singing Sexy Red and fucking and Ice Spice and all this shit in the classroom, it's that we done. We fried. Music can be something completely different and give you a positive affirmation, have you sing this shit in your head that make you feel good. That's why people always go back to, R&B at this time was really good, or the 70s music or the 80s music was so good, because they weren't talking about demonic bullshit. Right? It just wasn't. They weren't talking about the raunchiest shit. Even if they did, they alluded to it in such a way that it was tasteful. You get what I'm saying? They've gotten it down to a mathematical science as far as the production and everything, that the songs are so catchy that these kids can know and regurgitate those lyrics probably better than they can fucking spell their goddamn name. It's sad. Sad. It's sad for black people. I'm sorry. It's sad for black people. It just is. I don't know how else to say it. It's sad for us, bro. But whatever. I'm just an old fucking dusty old man. What do I know? I know that I'm an artist, and people will say that it's not the artist's responsibility to, culture the youth, so to speak, to influence youth. Yes, it is. Who else is fucking influencing them? And even if the parents are directly in their life every fucking day, which a lot of parents are, you're not going to ever influence your kids as much as the artists that they fucking revere. It's just the truth.
This video has been weighing on my spirit because ballet, certain activities were for a certain class, a certain echelon. And so what she describes lets me know that the trash has let itself in. And if you are not a black woman, I need you to exit stage left. Black women, your music is the sound of hypersexual children. Your music is so toxic. It's so toxic that when a child knows the lyrics to your songs, it's a reflection of bad parenting. When us old heads a couple months ago say there's something wrong with this music, y'all called us old, you called us bitter, you called us everything but a child of God. Now do you get it? Now do you get it?
I'm calling out all the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in
I'm right along with her. One of the things she said, some of these parents is more worried about seafood boils and my coochie pink, my booty hole brown, pound town. You know what I'm saying? They more worried about who got the longest, dumbest looking lashes, since y'all friends won't tell you, but that's what you're more worried about. But yet you got 5-year-olds out here wanting to listen to Pound Town in ballet class? Come on, man. So I'm going to come to you from a male standpoint of view. We see that. Not me, I'm not on the dating scene. I'm off the scene. I'm spoken for. You feel me? But I ain't oblivious and I ain't blind to what's happening out here. You dig? And what I'm saying is, men see that kind of stuff. There's been many women that I walked away from on account of how their kids acted. And I don't know you no explanation. I don't know you nothing. Next thing you know, I just ain't talking to you no more. You don't even know why to this day. I'm going to tell you why. Because I seen how you parent your kid. And it's horrible. I'm a father first. You understand? First and foremost,
I love what he said. He's a father first. I feel like once you have kids, your kids come first. Your kids come first before every other thing, before your career, before what your hobbies, your kid. Like, that's a young life that you are responsible for. And this is why becoming a parent is not just a decision you take lightly. Like, it's something you have to consciously prepare for and be ready for. Let's continue.
I got 3 sons. Been present and accounted for every single day. You dig? I'm an old school father. It's just certain stuff that you don't do in front of your kids, man. Ain't no way in the world a kid should be requesting Pound Town. Ain't no way in the world. I did my dirt bringing my kids up, but I tell you what, I didn't do it in front of them. You hear me? I didn't run women in front of my sons. And I wish the hell some teacher would come tell me that they tried to redirect my son and my son told her to shut up. I wish in the hell they would. You understand? This sister's right on point, man. If your daughter knows how to twerk at age 5, you the problem. And I mean that. You the problem. Nobody want to see that. Nobody want to deal with that. Then you want to come up to the school and pick with the teacher. Well, if she told me, if she didn't want to do it, why would you ask her to do it? What the hell? Are you slow or are you stupid? I'm telling you, man, from a male OG standpoint of view, I'm an old school dude. If the little 5-year-olds is going to school acting like that, imagine what they mamas is like. You understand? But be the first ones hollering about niggas ain't. Be the first one. I don't understand. I went on a horrible date. Story time with these stupid long lashes. Story time. Let me tell you about the time I went on this date and this dude ghosted me. He ghosted you because you was stupid. You stupid. Now dudes won't tell you this because we don't want to hurt your feelings. Some of you bras are strictly ornamental. Nothing up here. Just dumb. Just dumb, and it's not attractive. It ain't cute. It ain't funny. It ain't none of that. Nigga, it's a turnoff. Don't nobody want to hire you at their job. Well, what is you talking about? What is you saying? Oh, I'm 100% with you, little sis. This a young sister. I think she said she's 22. Young little sister got more sense than these little 5-year-old girls' mamas do. Y'all think this crap is cute, man. Y'all need to get somewhere and sit down, man. Quit having kids, because y'all stupid. I said it. I don't care whose feathers I ruffle. Y'all stupid. Need to quit procreating, because you ain't doing nothing but creating a lot of little more dummies like you. Somewhere and sit down, man. You don't know how to parent your kids. Get somewhere and sit down.
Experience of my life.
I am a former New York City school teacher. I started teaching in my early 20s. I taught grades anywhere from 6th to 8th grade, mostly 8th grade, as a middle school teacher. And let me tell you, to hear the stories of teachers today and what they're going through, I mean, you could pay me $1 million at this point. There would be no way that I would go back to that profession. Teachers are severely underpaid and underappreciated and mistreated. Point blank, period. You treat teachers in the educational system as if they are your permanent babysitters. They're just there for the 8 to 3 shift while you take over the rest. And they're supposed to feed your child, maybe teach them something or another. You don't care whether they learn something or not. No, this is who you blame. You blame yourselves for removing God from everything. These children, as generations go on, become more reprobate. They become more and more evil as time goes on. They do not have a moral compass. They do not respect authority. They do not listen to their parents. You're bringing monsters and sociopaths and psychopaths into the culture. And it's only going to get worse from here. See, Dolores Tucker is turning in her grave once more because she tried to tell y'all's ninjas allowing this music into the culture was going to destroy the minds of the youth. She told you. And when responsible adults try to tell you that certain music and certain programming is programming your children towards reprobate minds and behaviors that are going to destroy them, well, you're like, oh, well, you just don't understand our struggle, and this is our music and our culture, and we gotta express ourselves the way that we want. Well, we told you so.
So you guys, there are actually some more stitches that I could have played, but I don't want this video to be too long. Obviously, you can see that a lot of people are very touched by what this woman said, and from what they said, they notice that this is something that's actually happening, and it bothers me. It really bothers me, because now when you become a parent, that should be your priority, because those little children are at your mercy. They depend on you for everything, for sustenance, to bring them up in the right way, to provide for them, to love them, to care for them. And when it's not your utmost priority, those children are never going to turn out well. For me, the most shocking part was when she said that when the parent came and she reported the child to the parent, like, oh, your child doesn't listen to me when I talk to her, she tells me to shut up. The parent actually defended that kind of behavior in her child. And me, coming from an era where everybody knows that it takes a village to raise a child, you telling your child or making your child believe that it's okay to disrespect authority, to disrespect someone who is in a position of authority over them, how is that okay? Like when I was growing up, You will see parents go to the school and be like, if my child messes up, please discipline them. They will be begging the teacher to discipline their child because they want their child to understand that what you cannot get away with when you do it at home, you're not going to get away with doing it here in school just because I'm not there to watch over you. I've given your teacher the authority to discipline you. So that child is going to be well behaved both in school and at home because they know that their mom is not going to come and fight their teacher for disciplining them. So you letting your child know that it's okay to disrespect your teacher, the only person that you have to answer to is me, is very dangerous. And you're also grooming a child that is not going to have any respect for authority or even want to abide by the law. That's the long-term effect of that. And at the end of the day, when they live that kind of life and grow up with that kind of mentality, you the parents are going to suffer it because they're going to do things, commit crimes, and just basically do things that's going to put them in trouble, and then you're probably going to have to pay for it. Or do you want to watch your child getting incarcerated? Or I don't know, like there are just so many effects, long-term effects of allowing this kind of behavior. And that's at one end. The other end is you basically not censoring the things you expose your children to. I didn't know what Pound Town and Ski Yee was. It was after this video I went and I watched it and I was like, oh wow. I had the same reaction that I had when I watched WAP by Cardi B and the one with Cardi B and the City Girls, that one. It was the same reaction I had when I watched the Pound Town and the Ski Yee. I'm like, okay, now there's nothing wrong in you listening to that kind of music. I mean, you're grown adults, right? But you shouldn't expose your children to that kind of thing. You shouldn't. A child has no business listening to that kind of thing. You listening to raunchy sexual music around the vicinity that your child is wrong. You allowing your child be present when you're having certain kind of discussions is wrong. You allowing your child watch you twerk and probably teaching them how to twerk is wrong. There's just so many things wrong. And I'm just wondering what the future holds for these children if they keep growing up like this. Some people were like, this is a result of children having children, like basically that the people who are having these children that she's complaining about are young and that is why they can't parent their children well. But I don't know if that really is the reason. I also know that we are in a different time and age where things are changing. Social media is contributing negatively to it as well, whether I want to admit it or not. Like there's just a lot. Times are different, but that doesn't mean that we cannot uphold a certain level of discipline and dignity and decency with our kids. If these children turn out badly, the fate of the Black community in the next, say, 20 years, 30 years, just imagine what it would be. Anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Please don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. Let's have a discussion. Are you the kind of parent that believes in giving your children a strict upbringing? Do you guys think gentle parenting is the reason for this? Do you guys think young people having children too early is the reason for this as well? Then I saw people blaming it on single motherhood as well, without, like children growing up without a father at home, a father figure. Do you guys think that's the reason? Like, why do you guys think this is happening? And how do you think we can curb this from happening? Because this is terrible. It is terrifying. Please drop your thoughts in the comment section and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.